Scott, thanks for joining us inside the ropes. You and I have talked hockey for millions of hours probably over the last 19 years. We talk golf, we love golf, but we've never really gone behind the scenes. So tell me about Scott Arniel and how did he get into golf, and especially here at your home course at Naqua Country Club?
Yeah, I grew up in Kingston, Ontario, and my dad was a member at Cataraqui Country Club, which is one of the oldest courses in Canada. And it was rare that I got to play there. There was a few days where, as kids, we used to go. I have an older brother, so we used to go and got to play. I think there was 1 day or 2 days a week we got to go and play late in the afternoon, and just started sort of growing the game, loving the game, and it just kind of took off from there. And then kind of the association with hockey, having the summers off, it was just a natural that one led into the other, and just sort of the golfing career took off from there.
So when did you really start to get that bug that you got competitive, but you knew you still had to have fun with it, whether it was with friends from home, whether it was when you made Winnipeg your home, teammates, people in the community, everything that kind of went with it?
Yeah, a lot of buddies back home. When I used to come home for the summers after hockey, that we would play, and just like the competitive side when it comes to hockey, you have it in golf, and certainly was a lot better when I was younger and before I had kids, and before this job became a year-round thing. But it just was such an avenue to get away from hockey and be able to relax. The other side, we used to play on the road a lot when we went to the sunny, warm places. We still get a chance to do that now in the odd time. I'd like to say it's relaxing until I get out there and hack it a few times, and then I kind of get some frustration there, but for me, it's another sport that, it's so much different than hockey with the team aspect, where it's you and the ball and the course, and the course usually wins, and for me, it's a great release to get out and have fun doing it.
So I would imagine everybody is looking at this $1 million question right now. They've seen you on the ice, they've seen you behind the bench, but not everybody has seen you on the golf course.
Thank goodness.
So what's Scott Arniel like as a golfer?
I don't know. When I was younger, I could play. I had single-digit handicap. Now it's not even close. I fluctuate. I would say, on average, I'm an 85. It's a situation where I don't have enough time to spend on the range, to get lessons, to practice like I maybe did way back. And but I just love getting out. I love getting out. Coming here to Naqua, I got a lot of people that I've met over the years here. I've been here 13 or 14 years, where people I had never met before just jump in their foursomes, play, maybe pick up being a spare in the men's day, things like that. It's just really been great for me to kind of be able to come out and just kind of get my mind away from the game. And but at the end of the day, I love golf, but there's days I walk away from this golf course like a lot of people, I'm sure, where you're going to throw the clubs away and not play again. But I don't know, some reason somebody will call you and ask you or mention they have a tee time tomorrow, and sure enough, you're in the car going to the course.
You and I are both waiting for that elusive first hole-in-one as of yet. But what's the best part of your game?
Probably my putting. I know I wish it was some other things, but my putting, without a doubt, my putting is where I can make up strokes. But that hole-in-one, I've hit some pins. I hit a pin already here in the last week or so. My son has a hole-in-one, which really grinds me.
Okay, we got to pump Brendan's tires.
Yeah.
Where was it?
Yeah, he was in Kingston.
Okay.
And he was only like 14 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, so, and he likes to remind me of that. So, but no, I've had lots of opportunities, lots of looks, but then I play with guys that I've had 6, 7, 8. So one day it'll happen.
When you look at the sport of golf, if you're not competing in it, what are you enjoying watching about it? Like, there's so many good players in the world, whether it's PGA, LPGA, or even out here if you're having a bite to eat.
Yeah, you know what? For me to watch golf on TV, I get glued to those pros, how they play. Their focus, every swing looks the same. Their misses are inches, where mine are miles.
Yeah.
Just their determination, how they go about it, week to week, coming back, having tough days, and then the next day being shoot the lights out. I just love their professionalism. I know a bunch of professional golfers. I get to play with some real good golfers here, and for me, I love playing with them.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate to get to play with Todd Fanning every now and then. I just love watching his swing. Any good golfer, when you're around those guys, it's you're seeing some real good skill. That's one thing about the Jets, our team right now. We have about 12, 13 guys that are all right around scratch golfers, and so I know when they have some great matches. So it's good to see that there's a lot of hockey guys that kind of take up golf, and it comes natural.
Does the coach get invited into these matches? Do you have
No
a chance to
I'm
see?
I don't want to go anywhere near those guys. I'm not losing money to players because that'll be held against me for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Overall, when you think about your career, and we talk about how hockey and golf go hand in hand, you've grown up in this city as a hockey player, as a hockey coach. When you think about some of the different courses that you've played, how they've grown up as well over the last 30-ish years. 40? Okay.
Yeah, I came here in 81. Actually, now I'm a member here at NACWA, and I remember this course, the short par 3 that used to be right here, where 10 is now. It used to be a dogleg right that played over to 12. I remember Southwood, the old course over by the university.
Yeah.
Breezy Bend before they made their changes. Even just a lot of the courses around that I've gotten to play over the years, back in the early 80s, are so much different now, and there's some great courses here. The one thing about Winnipeg, and I always say this, is if you can learn to play golf here with the wind, you can play anywhere. And that's the one thing. You can get out here one day and the wind's not blowing and you have a great day. The next day, if the wind comes up, it changes the whole course around. So but being able to be fortunate enough around here, the pros are always great to us here. They used to let us come out and play, much like happens now. But there's some great tracks, and it's nice when you get invited out. And there's lots of rural ones that you go down to Morden down that way.
Yeah.
You head up north, Grand Pines, all those areas. There's some great golf courses around here, and I know that's a lot of people like to travel in the summer and go out and play these different courses, and it's pretty cool to do.
You think about the past, you think about the future. Scott Arniel's dream foursome. If you could put 4 people in a group together, obviously now 3 plus you, who would it be?
Okay, Bobby Orr would have to be in there. Tiger would have to be in there. Now I need a 4th. Boy, you know what? I'm going to go, because I'm a history buff, I'm going to go, I don't even know if he ever golfed in his life, and it is right off the charts. I'm going Winston Churchill.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going a historian. We need somebody to talk about the past. Obviously, can talk hockey with Bobby. Just listen to those stories on end, and then certainly we'll be able to watch Tiger. Obviously going through that, his whole. I remember hearing his name a long time ago when he was this young kid, and coming up, and everybody was talking about he's going to be the next great one, and sure enough. But then, like I said, I'm a history buff. I love everything about, whether it's going back in the World Wars, or whether it's just history of different parts of the world. I think he'd be a pretty cool guy. Just having his stogie and maybe a whiskey and hitting golf shots in between.
Future for golf for Scott Arniel coming up this year. How many rounds are we looking at moving around the hockey schedule? Like, are you a guy that can get out once a week, or?
Yeah, you know what? This year's better. I've made a point of getting out here when we're not at the lake. I'm trying to get myself out here. The biggest thing about hockey is you don't want to start golf early. That means you're out of the playoffs early. So we need to go a lot longer into the calendar this next year. Hopefully that's a run into the Stanley Cup, and then we'll worry about golf after that.
We've had a lot of laughs over the years. Thanks for doing this.
All right, appreciate it, Muncie.